One of the most common questions I get asked in the clinic is which shoes should I use? So I'm going to try and bring a little series to you. I've found a lot of my research from the runrepeat.com website, and they do really nice in-depth reviews of all the different shoes that I've mentioned today, and I've taken their text today and I've used that in the video with some pictures of the shoes that we looked at. So the first in the series is the marathon and half marathon shoe, and what I'm going to do is look at the comparison of the price, the weight, the heel to toe stack, and what the total drop is of the shoe. And then I'll also have a look at some of the pros and cons with how it fits the foot itself. So enjoy. So the first shoe in the marathon series is the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2, which retails roughly at £220. The weight of the shoe is 195.6 grams, with the heel stack being 40 millimeters and the toe stack being 32 millimeters with a total drop of 8 millimeters. The Nike Zoom X Vaporfly Next Percent 2 is probably one of the fastest shoes on the market. It does come with some problems that I think the majority of runners will agree with. It's unstable, it's a bit narrow, and just looks like a boat. It's quite expensive as well. If your job is to run fast or you're a sponsored athlete, I think these shoes may be a tool to help you win. But for the average Joe who's wanting to drop 2 minutes off their 5k time, it may be too much tech in a shoe designed for the 1% club. So the pros of the shoe are that it's insanely lightweight, again 195.6 grams. It's quite breathable, very bouncy, responsive. It's a very fast shoe, and you don't really need to break them in, and they're quite good on dry surfaces. The cons are that they're not ideal for wide feet. They're a little bit unstable if you're doing any slower running in them, and they tend to benefit forefoot strikers only. The second shoe in the series is the Nike Alphafly Next Percent, and the price for this one is £270, but is on Nike available at £180 at present. The weight of the shoe is 227 grams, with the heel stack being 39 millimeters, toe stack being 35 millimeters, with a total drop of 4 millimeters, so a wee bit lower than the Next Percent. The Nike Air Zoom Alphafly is a race shoe that's made us zoom through the streets. It's fast, bouncy, light, and it's everything speed ready. But it's also quite steep in price. It tends to be exclusively for runners who care about beating PBs and nothing else. For a race shoe, it's surprisingly cushiony. During landing, the feet feel like they're stepping on marshmallows. The pros of the shoe are that it's pretty true to size, extremely lightweight, bouncy and responsive, breathable. It's got the carbon plate in it, and it's got excellent grip. The cons of it tend to be that it's not made for high mileage, so you don't tend to get too many miles out of them. They're quite an unstable platform, which can lead to other issues itself. And also there's a bit of heel slipping, so the heel tends to slide up the back of the shoe itself, and also it feels quite tight in the midfoot. The third shoe is the Adidas Adios Pro 2 with the price of about £190, and the weight of the shoe is roughly about 223 grams. The heel stack is 40 millimeters and the toe stack is 29.7 millimeters, so roughly about a 10 millimeter drop. It's a top tier race shoe from Adidas, and it gets an update. So in 2020, their first version of this won a ton of praise and lots of world records with its carbon rod and plate design mixed with the Light Strike Pro midsole. The super shoe category was once owned by just one brand, but in 2021 there seems to be some serious contenders for best in the show. The pros for it are that it's breathable, it's very responsive, it's got the carbon rod system, and also it's got a soft midsole, and the laces stay quite tight closed, and the price is quite achievable. The negative things about it are that it does run quite narrow, so it tends to fit more of a narrow shoe. It can feel unstable at the slower speeds, like some of the carbon plated Nike shoes as well. And also it runs half a size big, so if you normally are a size 7, you probably want to order the 6.5. So the next shoe is the Asics Metaspeed Sky, and it retails roughly at £220 with the weight being 191 grams. The heel stack is 33.7 millimeters with the toe stack being 31.2 millimeters, so there's only a 2.5 millimeter drop, so it's quite a low profile, low drop shoe. The Metaspeed has been touted as being one of the best racing flats that's ever been tried. It's ultra light, responsive, supportive in all the right areas. It helps you to get fast and confident with your running. Even better, in comparison to all the other carbon plated shoes that we've tested, it was the most stable, even at the slower speed. So that's a massive thing from an injury prevention point of view. The pros of the shoe are that it's bouncy responsive, it's fast, it's got fantastic grip, it's ultra breathable, it's stable even at the slower speeds, it's really lightweight, it's got a perfect fit, and it's got a superb foot lockdown, and it also fits wider feet, so there's a lot of things going for it. The negative things, or the cons, were that it wasn't so durable. They're quite expensive, still at £220. Not good in the cold weather. It was found that the foam tends to get a wee bit stiffer in the cold weather, and there's no heel tab for pulling the shoe on. The next shoe feature is the Saucony Endorphin Pro 2, with the price being about £180 and the weight being 215 grams. The heel stack is 35.8mm and the toe stack is 25.8mm, giving a total drop of 10mm itself. I mean, if you can pick a shoe that screams fast, the Endorphin Pro 2 is the shoe. It's made for race day and you can't go wrong with Endorphin. It's carbon plated, snappy, rebounding, light, and just everything speed orientated. It will bolt you forward in your competition, so prepare to take off at lightning speed. If you want to beat or set PRs, we strongly suggest getting this shoe. The pros for the shoe are that it's a roomy fit, it's nice and lightweight, it's true to size, it's really breathable, fast and efficient, responsive, it's quite durable for a race shoe, and it's also one of the most comfortable shoes on the rating on the website. The negative things are that there's an unstable heel, which can cause a little bit of Achilles and heel issues. There's quite a poor mid-foot lockdown with the lacing system, so it tends to not allow your foot to be firm within the shoe itself. But other than that, great shoe for speed work. So the last shoe in the series is the New Balance Fucel Elite version 2, and its price is £200 and the weight is 217 grams. The heel is 34.1mm, the toe being 25.8 with an 8mm drop completely. This shoe is described as a luxurious spa day treat for your feet. We take the New Balance Fucel any day. The midsole is very plush and it's a plate that balances out, making the ride not only cushy but also feels quite snappy and stable. If you're looking for a mid to long distance racing shoe that will out through the swoosh, i.e. the Nike, this, along with the Metaspeed Sky, can do that handsomely. The pros for the shoe are quite lengthy, so it's plush, comfort in a race shoe, it's smooth, fast ride, breathable, responsive at toe off, carbon plated, stiff but not overly stiff, fits wider feet well, true to size, stretchy material, hugs feet, its sticky, grippy tread is really nice on the ground, and also it shines in the sunlight. The only negative things are that it is quite expensive at the £200 mark, and also it does tend to be heavier than other race shoes. They also found that the tongue tends to fold under as well, which can sometimes irritate the top of your foot also. I hope you enjoyed that review of the shoes, and I must confess I haven't tried all the shoes that I reviewed today. I was just taking my research from the runrepeat.com website, and I definitely recommend hitting along there to get some further information on which shoe's best for you. So today was the marathon and a half marathon series, and in the next few weeks we'll probably go into speed shoes, track shoes, we'll also go into recovery shoes and everyday running shoes itself. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have enjoyed, please subscribe for more. Thank you.